never start your day at 3:50 a.m. unless you're making millions like this guy. While most people are deep asleep, Ashton Hall is already taping his mouth shut, dunking his face in ice water, and executing the most extreme morning routine that's made him one of the richest fitness influencers on the planet. And lately, one of the most hated. You think you know him, but what you're about to discover about Ashton Hall's lifestyle will shock you. We're talking about a 29-year-old who went from struggling college football player to owning luxury penthouses, driving Rolls Royces, and earning millions of dollars by showing people how he wakes up and by manipulating them. In this video, we're diving deep into everything about Ashton Hall's incredible lifestyle, his jaw-dropping net worth, his multiple properties, his insane car collection, and the personal life he keeps hidden from his 16 million followers. Stick around because the facts we're about to reveal will blow your mind. Ashton Hall wasn't always the millionaire fitness guru we see today. Born on October 24th, 1995 in the United States, Hall spent much of his early years in Jacksonville, Florida. Like many kids, he was naturally drawn to sports and physical activities, but nobody could have predicted the empire he'd eventually build from it. During his college years, Hall attended Alcorn State University, where he played as a running back for the football team. However, his football career was far from spectacular. In fact, he only managed 8 yards on 6 attempts throughout his entire college football career. For most people, this would have been devastating, but for Hall, it was just the beginning of a much different kind of success story. But here's where things get interesting. After college, Hall didn't immediately jump into the fitness world. Instead, he faced a personal crisis that would completely change the trajectory of his life. Hall struggled with depression and significant weight gain, ballooning up to 225 pounds. This was his rock bottom moment, and like many great success stories, it started with the darkest chapter of his life. The problem was clear. Hall was overweight, depressed, and seemingly had no direction after his failed football career. Many people in his situation would have given up, accepting that their athletic dreams were over, but Hall had something different inside him. Inspired by close friends who believed in him, Hall made a decision that would change everything. He committed to transforming his body and his life through intense fitness training. This is where Hall's story takes a dramatic turn. Instead of just getting in shape like a normal person, Hall became obsessed with optimization. He didn't just want to lose weight, he wanted to become the most disciplined person on the planet. This obsession led him to develop the extreme morning routine that would eventually make him famous. Hall dropped the excess weight and built a muscular physique that would become the foundation of his brand. His transformation was so dramatic that people around him started asking for advice, and that's when Hall realized he could turn his personal journey into a business. Initially known as Ash Fitness, Hall started developing content as a fitness influencer and began building his brand, but he wasn't content with just being another fitness trainer posting workout videos. Hall understood something that most influencers miss. People don't just want fitness tips, they want to see an entire lifestyle that they can aspire to. This realization became the key to his massive success. The moment that changed everything came when Hall decided to document his extreme morning routine. Starting at exactly 3:52 a.m., Hall's routine became the most talked about content on social media. The routine includes mouth taping to improve sleep quality, multiple ice baths with Saratoga spring water, intense journaling sessions, and the now famous banana peel facial. But what made this content so viral wasn't just the extreme nature of it, it was the precision and discipline that Hall demonstrated. The problem that Hall identified was that most people lack discipline and structure in their lives. While everyone else was complaining about not having enough time or energy, Hall was showing them exactly how to maximize both. His routine wasn't just about fitness, it was about complete life optimization. People were fascinated by the idea that someone could accomplish more before 9:30 a.m. than most people do in an entire day. Hall's exploration of this concept went viral beyond anyone's expectations. His morning routine video garnered over 40 million views on YouTube alone. The content was so engaging because it solved a real problem that millions of people face: the feeling that they're not living up to their potential. By showing his extreme discipline, Hall positioned himself as the solution to their problem. The climax came when major media outlets started covering his routine and celebrities began commenting on his content. The attention wasn't all positive, with many people criticizing the extreme nature of his routine and questioning whether it was sustainable or even healthy. But Hall understood that controversy breeds engagement, and engagement breeds money. This viral moment transformed Hall from a fitness trainer with a few thousand followers into a global phenomenon with millions of fans. His Instagram account exploded to over 16 1 million followers, and his YouTube channel gained 2.67 million subscribers. The morning routine video single-handedly changed his life and bank account forever. With great fame comes great wealth, and Ashton Hall's financial success is nothing short of extraordinary. According to multiple sources, Hall's net worth is estimated to be between $390,000 and $2.34 million. However, these numbers might be conservative considering his recent explosive growth. His monthly income from social media alone ranges from $90,763 to $124,346 as of April 2025. If these earnings continue at this level, his projected yearly income could exceed $1.4 million just from Instagram. But Instagram is just one piece of Hall's financial empire. His YouTube channel generates substantial revenue, with estimates suggesting he earns between $23,821 daily to over $8.6 million annually from the platform. These numbers put him in the top tier of content creators globally. Hall's success on YouTube is particularly impressive because his channel has maintained consistent growth, with videos regularly receiving millions of views. The problem that many influencers face is diversifying their income beyond just ad revenue from social media platforms. Hall solved this by building multiple revenue streams. He offers personal fitness coaching to high-paying clients, creates sponsored content for major brands, and has developed his own fitness programs. His business model is brilliant because it combines his personal brand with multiple income sources, making him less dependent on any single platform. Hall's exploration of different monetization strategies has been methodical and smart. He understood early on that his personal brand was his most valuable asset, so he protected it while expanding into different markets. His fitness coaching business caters to wealthy clients who are willing to pay premium prices for access to his methods and personal attention. The key moment for Hall's financial success came when he realized that people weren't just buying fitness advice from him, they were buying into a lifestyle and mindset. This realization allowed him to charge premium prices for his services and attract high-value brand partnerships. Companies like Saratoga Spring Water have seen their search numbers increase significantly just from being featured in his content. Hall's financial empire continues to grow as he expands his reach across different platforms and demographics. His ability to maintain engagement while scaling his business demonstrates a level of business acumen that goes far beyond just being a fitness influencer. When you're making millions of dollars, you need places to spend it, and Ashton Hall's real estate portfolio reflects his success perfectly. Hall's most notable residence was his luxury penthouse in Miami's prestigious Brickell Flatiron building. This wasn't just any apartment, it was a $15,250 per month penthouse that served as the backdrop for his famous morning routine videos. The 3-bedroom luxury apartment became almost as famous as Hall himself, with millions of people getting a glimpse into his lavish lifestyle through his content. However, Hall's Miami penthouse story took an unexpected turn that revealed some of the challenges that come with fame and wealth. In October 2024, Hall found himself in legal trouble with the Brickell Flatiron Condominium Association. The issue arose when Hall or someone acting on his behalf allegedly breached the building's security system by improperly cloning a key fob to provide a guest with access to the building's amenities. This security violation led to a lawsuit, with the condo association seeking Hall's eviction from the property. The problem highlighted a common issue that wealthy influencers face: the tension between sharing their lifestyle with millions of followers and maintaining privacy and security. Hall's decision to give a guest access to the building's amenities might have seemed innocent, but it violated the building's strict security protocols. Hall's exploration of this legal challenge showed his business savvy. Rather than fighting the eviction in court, which could have generated negative publicity and cost significant money, Hall chose to negotiate. According to sources, he reached an agreement with the Brickell Flatiron Condominium Association to remain in the apartment. This resolution demonstrated Hall's understanding that protecting his brand and maintaining his content creation setup was more valuable than winning a legal battle. The key moment came when Hall realized that his Miami penthouse wasn't just a place to live, it was a crucial part of his business operations. The apartment's luxury aesthetic and Miami location were integral to his brand image and content creation. Losing access to this space could have significantly impacted his ability to create the high-quality content that his followers expected. Hall's real estate situation also reveals the unique challenges that content creators face when their homes become part of their business. Unlike traditional celebrities who can separate their personal and professional lives, Hall's apartment is essentially a film studio where he creates content daily. This dual purpose creates complications that most people never have to consider. Beyond his Miami penthouse, Hall's real estate investments habits likely extend to other properties, though he keeps much of his personal life private. His ability to afford a $15,250 monthly rent while also maintaining other expenses shows the substantial income he generates from his various business ventures. No lifestyle video about a millionaire influencer would be complete without talking about cars, and Ashton Hall's automotive collection is exactly what you'd expect from someone with his wealth and taste. Hall's garage houses some of the most impressive vehicles money can buy, with each car carefully chosen to reflect different aspects of his personality and success. The crown jewel of Hall's collection is his Rolls-Royce Wraith, a luxury grand tourer that represents the pinnacle of automotive elegance. The Wraith isn't just a car, it's a statement piece that costs well over $300,000 when properly equipped. Hall has described owning the Rolls-Royce as essential for his image, noting that when you're Ashton, even your casual drives need to feel like a movie premiere. This vehicle perfectly embodies the luxury lifestyle that Hall has built and showcases to his millions of followers. Alongside the Rolls-Royce sits Hall's Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon, a vehicle that perfectly balances luxury with ruggedness. The G-Wagon has become something of a status symbol among influencers and celebrities, and Hall's choice to include it in his collection shows his understanding of automotive trends within his demographic. The G-Wagon represents the practical side of luxury, offering the capability to handle different terrains while maintaining the premium feel that matches Hall's brand. The problem that many wealthy influencers face is choosing vehicles that match their public persona while also serving their practical needs. Hall solved this by selecting cars that work both as transportation and as props for his content. Both the Rolls-Royce and G-Wagon photograph beautifully and add production value to his videos and social media posts. Hall's exploration of the luxury automotive market demonstrates his understanding that cars are more than just transportation for people in his position. They're brand extensions that communicate status, success, and lifestyle choices to his audience. The specific models he chose suggest someone who values both performance and prestige, rather than just flashy attention-grabbing vehicles. The key moment in building his car collection likely came when Hall realized that his vehicles would frequently appear in his content and needed to match the luxury lifestyle he was promoting. Unlike private collectors who buy cars just for personal enjoyment, Hall's automotive choices are business decisions that impact how his brand is perceived by millions of followers. Hall's car collection also represents a smart investment strategy. Luxury vehicles, particularly limited edition or well-maintained examples, can retain or even increase their value over time. For someone with Hall's income level, buying expensive cars isn't just about enjoyment, it's also about diversifying his wealth into tangible assets that can appreciate. While Ashton Hall shares almost every detail of his morning routine with the world, his personal relationships remain largely private, creating an intriguing mystery for his millions of followers. The fitness influencer has mentioned being engaged in some of his TikTok videos, though it's unclear whether he's still in that relationship. This ambiguity is likely intentional, as Hall seems to understand that maintaining some privacy around his romantic life helps preserve both his relationships and his broad appeal to his audience. What we do know is that Hall is not currently married. His decision to keep his romantic relationships private stands in stark contrast to many other influencers. This choice suggests a level of maturity and strategic thinking about how much of his personal life to expose to public scrutiny. The problem that many social media personalities face is balancing authentic sharing with personal privacy. Hall has clearly chosen to keep his romantic relationships separate from his public persona, which protects both him and his potential partners from the intense scrutiny that comes with his level of fame. Hall's exploration of relationships in the public eye seems careful and measured. Unlike influencers who share every detail of their dating life for content, Hall maintains boundaries that allow him to have genuine relationships without the pressure of constant public attention. This approach may actually make him more attractive to potential partners who value privacy. The key moment in Hall's approach to relationships likely came when he realized that sharing too much personal information could damage both his relationships and his brand. Hall's family relationships provide some insight into his values and character. He has been spotted treating his mother like a queen, including purchasing her a Mercedes-Benz. This gesture reveals someone who values family and wants to share his success with the people who supported him before he became famous. The absence of information about Hall's father or extended family might be intentional privacy choices, or it could reflect complicated family family dynamics that he prefers not to discuss publicly. Either way, his selective sharing about family relationships shows strategic thinking about what aspects of his personal life serve his brand and which should remain private. Despite his massive success, Ashton Hall's journey hasn't been without controversy and challenges that have tested both his resilience and his business acumen. The most significant controversy surrounding Hall has been the criticism of his extreme morning routine, with many health experts and social media users questioning whether his practices are sustainable or even healthy. The backlash reached a peak when media personalities and health experts began openly criticizing Hall's routine as potentially harmful and certainly unnecessary. Taylor Lorenz and Matt Bernstein dedicated an entire podcast episode to discussing the dark truth behind Ashton Hall's morning routine, analyzing how his content fits into broader patterns of toxic masculinity and unrealistic lifestyle promotion. Their discussion highlighted concerns about how Hall's content might pressure young men to adopt unsustainable habits in pursuit of success. The problem Hall faced was that his extreme routine, while generating massive engagement, also attracted criticism from people who viewed it as promoting unhealthy perfectionism and unrealistic standards. Critics argued that his 3:50 a.m. wake-up time, multiple ice baths, and obsessive scheduling promoted a lifestyle that could lead to burnout and mental health issues for people trying to replicate it. Hall's exploration of this controversy showed his media savvy. Rather than directly responding to every criticism, he continued creating content that demonstrated the positive results of his lifestyle while subtly addressing concerns about sustainability. The key moment came when Hall realized that controversy, while driving engagement, could also damage his long-term brand if not handled properly. Another significant challenge Hall faced was his legal dispute with his Miami penthouse condominium association. The security violation and subsequent lawsuit could have seriously damaged his reputation and his ability to create content in his signature location. However, Hall's handling of this situation demonstrated his growth as a businessman and public figure, but what he did lately will leave you speechless. Ashton Hall's empire is held by thousands of disillusioned clients who say they were lied to, ghosted, and scammed out of their life savings. Clients paid up to $10,000 for one-on-one coaching, only to receive generic PDFs copied from free bodybuilding forums, ghosted DMs, and zero results. One victim, Chris Weaver, revealed he spent $4,000 for a single group call before being ignored, while others paid $10,000 and never spoke to Hall directly. The problem: Hall's team promised settlers and closers, a sales army that would cold message prospects and book clients for aspiring coaches. Instead, victims got outdated Discord groups, AI-generated advice, and excuses. They told me I'd make $100,000 in months, said one 21-year-old who drained his savings. All I got was a PDF and a broken dream. Ashton's response: silence and legal threats. When YouTuber Nick Trilogy exposed the scams, Hall's lawyers fired off cease and desist letters to bury the story, but the evidence kept pouring in: screenshots of ignored refund requests, plagiarized workout plans, and fake before and after photos starring paid actors. Fitness experts confirmed Hall has no certifications in nutrition or training, just a talent for selling pipe dreams. Ashton Hall's story is far from over, but the cracks in his empire are growing louder than his ice baths. From a struggling college athlete to a multi-millionaire influencer, Hall built a brand that inspired millions, until thousands of clients started calling it a scam. His estimated $2.34 million net worth and $124,000 monthly earnings now sit in the shadow of lawsuits, refund demands, and viral exposés accusing him of selling $10,000 lies disguised as coaching programs. Hall's brand once symbolized discipline and excellence, but today it's synonymous with ghosted clients, plagiarized workout plans, and fake results. While his morning routine sparked global debates about masculinity and success culture, fitness watchdogs like Johnny Shreve and Greg Doucette have dismantled his claims, revealing no certifications, zero accountability, and AI-generated advice behind his elite coaching. The cultural phenomenon now faces a reckoning. Drop a comment below. Should Ashton Hall be canceled, or is this just another bump in his grind? Hit that subscribe button to see what other millionaire lifestyles we're breaking down next.